This is how you can customize drop-down lists in Tracker. First off, we'll go over just a few of the important drop-down lists that can be configured. We'll look at company drop-downs first. So if we look at the main record of a company, we'll see that you have your company types, your vertical, as well as the rank and some of the fields in here. This is where you can access them by going into the Tools button, and on the left-hand side, clicking on Company Settings. In here, you'll see the ability to go in and change company types. So we can add in a new type by hitting the drop-down here. We can also add company ranks if we want into the rank field, or company verticals. So for instance, if we wanted to add in a company vertical and we wanted to have it be software, we can enter that in, hit the OK button, and it would add that as a drop-down choice. So if we link right back into a company record, you'll see that now if we click on our company vertical, we'll have software in as a drop-down. Next, we'll take a look at a contact record. We'll look at John Henry, who's one of our contacts on the system. And you also have the ability to impact some of the drop-downs here, so such as the contact type that's in here. You can go out and change those by looking at Tools. And here, we'll go into the contact settings. So in contact settings, you can change the contact types, adding or removing those. We can also change contact roles from this setting here. It's as easy as going in and hitting Add New Item, entering it in, and then hitting OK to add that in as a selection. The next one we'll take a look at inside of Tools is going to be the job settings. So in here, you can add different types of work types. So your system is configured with permanent and contract, but this is where if you wanted to add in a third or any additional types, you can choose the name of it. You can pick if there is a default contract length, whether it's a fixed price, which would just be a one-time fee that you're charging, time and materials, which would be over a given amount of time, and then a contract, which would also be over a given amount of time. Next, you can choose whether to add contract dates, whether you want the dates to auto-adjust, and then if you want timesheets or not for that option. You can also change any type of the naming conventions down below here. So next one we'll take a look at is inside of the candidate record. The ability to change the candidate statuses on the system. So you'll see them here under candidate status. And this is where you have active and inactive, but you can add any additional statuses here. So if we wanted one that was do not contact, we could add that in, and then you can choose whether you want it to be an active or an inactive state in the system. So here we would want those do not contact people to be inactive. They wouldn't be visible in any searches that we're running. Now, one additional place we'll take a look at inside of Tools is you also have the List and Status option here. Now, if we click the drop down here, there's going to be a number of different options that can be updated. Some of them, the naming conventions, are going to be a little bit different than what you'll see on the front end. A few important ones in here are going to be where did you hear? This will pick up the list of sources. So if you want to delete a source that's been added in, or if you want to add a new one, you can do it in bulk from this screen. Another important one in here is going to be the resource department. This is where you can add different departments into the system for users or records on Tracker. Now there's a number of other options in here that you can look through, but those are going to be two important ones to look at, are going to be the where did you hear and the resource department if you are looking at adding any departments on the system.